So the first thing, which is quite obvious, is I would like to mention about some special things about the ERP. So usually, up to nowadays, when people talking about the ERP, the first thing coming to their mind is it's very expensive. It's a very luxury system for a small company, especially. So, but right now, there are more choices other than the traditional proprietary software, such as SAP or Oracle. Right now, we have our OpenERP system, which is an open source, which is a cost-effective ERP system. So, the first thing I would like to introduce is some quick history of the OpenERP. So, in the past, OpenERP was established by a Belgian man called Fabien Paquers in 2002, and in 2005 the company name changed to OpenERP. In 2010, 2 years ago, OpenERP published a very nice and very new structured version 6 version. So as you can see from the diagram, the trend of the users of OpenERP starting from 2005 increased dramatically up to now. It is expected to have more than 5 million users by the end of this year. So currently, OpenERP is the #1 in the open source ERP area industry. So you can see we have over 1,000 installations every day. We are the most installed software in the world actually. And other than that, we have a lot of modules. Some of them are certified, some of them are the community contributed. Also, this one, our system supports multi-language. Right now, there are over 20 languages available for different companies to have their localization part. So here is a diagram from the Google Trends. As you can see, the other two called Combi and OpenBravo was the leading OpenERP vendors in the world. So the green one is the OpenBravo one, the red one is the Combia. So you can see from the birth of OpenERP chased all these two competitors. Right now we exceed them by almost 2 times of their users. So in the future, we can expect that actually this one was made last year. So at the first season of this year, we should have over 700,000 users in the world, and by the first season of next year, 2013, we would expect to have over 2 million users altogether. So this one is the most important one I would like to mention about is the OpenERP key differentiators. So first of all, it's open source, so which means it is completely license-free forever, which means you don't need to pay a penny for the license or for the use for using this software. Everybody who has a little bit of technical background can download the software from their website, and then you can try it. And the next one is compared to the total cost of the ownership, OpenERP will have 40% to 6% better than the traditional competitors, especially those big giants like SAP or Oracle applications. And also OpenERP has a very huge official module resources. Although it is open source software, they have a very big company which support all of the certified modules. So the certified modules covers all the major functions of a company like sales, purchase, warehouse, project manager, manufacturing, accounting, human resources. And also we have over 1,000 modules which contributed by the community, open source community. So this is the beauty of the open source software. A lot of people working on the same project and provide more functions and more features every day. So, and also since the OpenERP is a very new system, so we have the most developed modular technology, which means we will have a shorter implementation period, and it's possible to start with a very simple application, and then we will build on more applications later on. And also we will have a better framework. We'll have easy configuration tools all over the software. And right now, the latest version, we use the HTML5 web client, So which you will have it's a very, very nice and very, very user-friendly with high performance web client. The last one is it's a very easy integration with other applications like the e-commerce, like some CRM, external CRM, external logistics softwares. For the traditional ERPs, people always have the problem after they launch the ERPs when they want to integrate that ERP with their other applications, such as EDI, which is a very traditional data interface, and also for some like e-commerce, like the B2C website. They always have problems because the traditional software, they have a very closed interface, API, so that it's very hard for them to interchange the data between each other. So for OpenERP, since it is open by nature, so it's very, very easy. It takes the least time of implementation on the list of the cheapest cost, so we can achieve a lot of things. But in the end of the day, that the company can only use only one application, which is OpenERP, to manage all of its IT infrastructures, IT applications. So this is a very selected list of the OpenERP features. You can see we have the major everything of one company. If you are interested in a specific module, our booth is just right over there. You can visit us. We can discuss more about the features later on. I will skip this one because of the time limit. In terms of the implementation method, so you can see here we will have it is possible and also it is recommended to have one single applications installed first. For example, in this case, we can install the project management at first. So people, the company, the users in the company can have a period of time to get used to the system, how the system works. So if everybody feels it's comfortable with the software, then we can have more modules, more important modules, such as sales, such as invoice, which is accounting. In the end of the day, you can have a lot of more, like human resources, project management. All of them actually will have a very deep integration with each of the other modules, especially financial. So it can achieve a very, very good cost control and also costing method for the company. So this is a very big differentiation from the traditional ERP system. So in the other hand, as I mentioned before, we have a very fully functional web interface. This one is not like the other software. This one has the same power as the local client software. And also, of course, you don't need to worry about the operating system in your computer. As another choice, we also have the local client software also available for the people to use. So you can see actually other than the HTML5 web client, you can open in any web browser. We also have the mobile client, which you can open it in your mobile phone. This is not apps, it's just a mobile version of the website. So no matter what phone you are using, iPhone, Android phone, or Windows phone, or any other phone that supports some web browser, you can have this simplified version of the OpenERP in your phone. So you can access and use your ERP system anywhere in the world, anytime. So this is also a key things I would like to talk about is why the OpenERP can help company to save money. So this one, there's a 25% license fee of the every year of the traditional proprietary closed code ERP system. This is because for these companies, we would have a marketing cost. Okay, then we will have service support costs, and also we have a lot of administrative costs, which is overhead. So those companies, they need to put 25% to support their daily operations. But for OpenERP, why don't we not use this one? Because we have a very big community which supports all of this. And then we have a partner mechanism for do the marketing. So which means this one we also don't count it as a license. So in the end of the day, the direct saving to the customer at least will be 25% because of the license fee of the other software. So in a real case, you can see this is a real case of the OpenERP compared to the SAP for the same project. So you can see we divided the cost to a couple of sessions. So first of all, is the implementation cost. You can see although everything is almost the same, every stage, but the OpenERP saves almost 30% of the every cost of the SAP or the proprietary software. It is because the open source nature and also the very good structure, very good framework, which saves time for the customizations and the configurations. Which is another one is the fixed cost, which usually means the license and the hardware. So you can see the license part, we almost save everything because OpenERP is free of license, and also for the hardware part, because OpenERP adopts a very simple structure of the server of the entire system. So it also saves almost 50% of which is required for a traditional ERP system such as SAP. So in terms of long-term total cost of ownership, you can find that throughout the 5 years, OpenERP in the first year you save almost 50% of the SAP compared to SAP cost, and then throughout the year the maintenance support almost the same. But in the year 4, because the company wants to upgrade the system, which in the SAP situation, you need to pay for a brand new project in order to successfully upgrade your system to a very new version. But in OpenERP, since the maintenance and the support package already include the upgrade services, so at year 4, the support and maintenance cost is exactly the same as the year before and all the years later. So you can see in terms of the total cost of ownership over 5 years or even longer. So the OpenERP definitely has a very better cost performance in this case. So also we can see the contract mode of the traditional ERP, which requires a big commitment from both software vendor and also the clients, which always introduce a lot of risk or uncertainties at the middle or late stage of the project, because at the very beginning, both parties don't know each other very clearly. The customer does not know the software does not have the deep understanding of the software, and the software vendor or the implement team also does not have enough time to understand what the company is doing or what their operations are. So in the end, there's always a lot of things to be changed, to be argued during the process of the ERP project. So in order to eliminate or reduce this kind of confusion, in our approach, we will have a lot of exits or quit opportunities for the customers. So we will have soft assessment session. We will have pre-analysis. After pre-analysis, the customer is free to exit, and then we will have a deep analysis. Also, the customer are free to exit at that stage. So later on is to ensure the later implementation will be smooth enough. So in the end, the OpenERP provides a low-risk implementation of ERP system, and no tie down by the developer. The tailor-made to suit the specific requirements. We will have definitely cost saving for the company, and that's to achieve cost-effective project. So I will skip this one. So this is a couple of the screenshots from OpenERP. If you want to know more, you are free to come to our booth over there. We can show you some online demo. This is a very nice statistic pages, the list pages, the form pages, the chart of accounts, for example, the dashboard. This is the human resource. You have the leave summary. And this is a local client software. As I mentioned before, we also provide this one. This is what it looks like. So this is the OpenERP used all over the world. Although it's an open source one, you can see some big companies like Danone. Most of them right now is in Europe, because this brand is very well known in the Europe and in the United States right now, but not quite aware in here. So that's why we are here to promote it. So this is a basic introduction of our company. Our company headquartered in Hong Kong, and we have a branch office in Shanghai. So some of our philosophies, we want to be a very professional team, and we are result-oriented, we are open-minded, and we always want to achieve triple-win situation. We are the earliest pioneer in OpenERP in the Great China area. We have a lot of material in local languages. We also have the most implementation references in China. So our target market, and is what we want to help, is we want to introduce this one to the SMEs in the Great China area, and also some foreign-owned companies in China and Hong Kong, and some new established companies which want to adopt the latest technology, especially for their business applications. So this is a couple of our references in China and in Hong Kong. You are free to come to have a request on the detail of the project. We have some case studies in our brochure. I guess our staff has distributed some to you. Okay, so this is the end of our presentation. So this is our content information. Please also feel free to follow us in Facebook or in Weibo. We will give some updates, the latest news, the latest the fancy functions, the latest features of OpenERP. Keep updated in our social media network. Okay, thank you very much. So if you have any question, you are free to raise. So lastly, I want to mention again that our booth is over there. It's called OSCG. So you are free to visit us for more details if you want to know more about OpenERP and our company. Okay, so if nobody has questions, I think I will give back to the HKTDC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wang. So if you have any questions or want to get more information of this company,